Talking about hydroplane,
yes,
the sport now.
So we have seen now the hydroplane here touching down, and you said to me it is not an easy approach actually. I can imagine that, because you have a lot of how do you call these boats, that these gliders?
Consider that I own many kind of different license, from single engine to glider, to many kinds of habilitation, but the hydroplane is the more tough, more difficulty. Why? Because consider that you need a lot of power, and when you touch the water, you are not a plane, you are not a car, you are not a boat. So you must be very, very lucky, even because water break a lot. In the moment that finally this touch in the water, the break is tremendously. You need only small planes with huge engine. Otherwise you go break and go down with the propeller go in the water.
So does that mean,
very normal.
Does that mean, Sergio, that actually when you're touching down, that you put the throttle, on?
Absolutely.
So rather than
the right one, otherwise you will take off and then again in the water. So you do something, bam, bam. It's
so
not easy.
You have to absorb this energy by countering energy by putting the throttle. This is
exactly very interesting. Not only this one, also there is another very tough and very difficult situation. Don't look the water. If you look the water, you go absolutely
inside.
This is very difficult because it's a glass effect. Glass effect. You see the end of the lake. You don't see the level.
So you focus on the horizon.
Exactly. Absolutely. Very you must be focusing the horizon and control. And when you arrive to touch the water, you need energy. You need the power. Otherwise,
So how did you come to the idea of flying a hydroplane? Was it a hobby?
To be honest, my hobby is a glider. Because I love glider. Is, in my opinion, the best kind of flight that exists. I did training in hydroplane, short training, because I'm curious. And everybody explained me about this, and finally I understood. It was so true, so difficult to use these kinds of aeroplane. A good pilot able to drive hydroplane, not so popular, not so many. And mostly of them already destroyed 2 or 3 airplanes. The best already destroyed. Exist 2 kinds of pilot in hydroplane. Those that destroyed in the past, and those that will destroy in the near future. Don't exist another kind of category.
So that means it's talking about success. People say, what is the opposite of success? The opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is doing nothing. So in this case, the pilot has failed by destroying the planes, but it is part of his success development.
Absolutely. It's the reason, because do you imagine how much it costs a casco, insurance
for
hydroplane?
It must be a fortune. It must be a fortune.
For very low value aeroplanes, very high level, like 7 aeroplane, to which value could be 200,000 euro per year. You can have 5 to 7,000 euro of casco. It's a lot.
So our community is not only mature companies like you, many years on the market. It's also younger companies, startups. Now take your experience with your hydroplane, with the failures, and transfer this to the entrepreneurial life. How many mistakes have you made in your life, and what would you recommend to the startup companies, particularly in the composite industry?
Not only in the hydroplane. It's the same. My life in the industry and my life in the sport are very similar. Consider that in the sport I destroy 2 glider and one aeroplanes, because it could happen. If you don't do nothing, never happen.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing progresses also.
Exactly. But for arrive to have 3,000 hours of pilot, like me, you have to destroy something. It's not exist another way. It's like those new company that start like a startup today. They will do a lot of tremendous
mistakes,
but is necessary.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, don't understand how to manage the future, how to do something like this. It's a fantastic side. Our field, it's fantastic. I know other kinds of industry. Our industry is, in my opinion, the best, because my company FK work in many different kinds of industry, garment and others, but no one is compared to composite.
Yeah,
we are
composites is highly innovative.
Exactly,
but it's also highly complex.
People must use brain. This is the important point
To solve it.
To solve it.
Yes.
You use the brain.
Yes.
200%.
Yes. Yes.
And your brain growth.
Yeah.
If you don't use the brain, is like my body. I don't use my body, so I'm very lazy.
Sergio, I could talk with you hours and hours in this lovely, beautiful spot problem. With all fantastic. Your experiences. Yeah. But I know that your meetings are waiting inside. So community, I can recommend you FK Group.
We are
CEO
waiting in
Sergio.
our company on Friday.
Visit them, and we'll talk to you
Please
soon again.
Come.
How do we connect you with stories within the composites and sustainable materials industry? We are on the ground to find the facts. We examine big, innovative ideas. We let diverse perspectives on technology and sustainability emerge and ignite conversations that matter most to bring you the composites and sustainable materials world. Stay informed, stay connected, stay inspired. From our online studios in Germany, covering events and corporates from France, Italy, UK, Central Europe, and many more European regions. Join us for creating sustainable value.
With Composites 360 on Tour, Composites Lounge engineering talks, and Composites Lounge end-user panels hosted by Ilkay Özpizoğlu. Weekly on LinkedIn, YouTube, and your preferred podcasts.